Artificial intelligence can help organizations analyze information, automate tasks, generate content, support decisions, improve workflows, and create entirely new products and services. But as artificial intelligence becomes more capable, organizations face a question that goes beyond technology. Just because AI can do something, does that automatically mean it should? Welcome to Lesson 7 of the Tech Money Diaries coaching series. I'm Ashley Hughes Jefferson, and today we're exploring AI governance, responsible innovation, accountability, and trust. In our last lesson, we discussed technology leadership in the age of artificial intelligence. We explored why leaders increasingly need to think about people, strategy, risk, business value, communication, and accountability when making technology decisions. Today, we're taking that conversation one step further, because responsible leadership needs structure. And that's where AI governance enters the conversation. Before we continue, I'd like to share an important educational notice. This course is provided for educational and informational purposes only. The discussions throughout this series reflect publicly available research, professional experience, coursework, and personal perspectives. Nothing presented in this course should be interpreted as individualized legal, financial, investment, tax, employment, career, consulting, cybersecurity, technology, business compliance, regulatory, or other professional advice. Examples, organizations, products, services, technologies, standards, frameworks, and platforms discussed throughout this course are presented solely for educational and illustrative purposes and should not be interpreted as endorsements, certifications, guarantees of compliance, or recommendations unless explicitly stated. Technology, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, business practices, laws, regulations, standards, and workforce trends continue to evolve. Requirements may differ depending on an organization's industry, location, technology, data, use case, and other circumstances. Information presented reflects what was available at the time this lesson was created. I encourage you to conduct your own research and consult appropriately qualified professionals when making legal, regulatory, cybersecurity, technology, business, or organizational decisions. So, what exactly is AI governance? At a high level, AI governance is about establishing structures for how artificial intelligence is evaluated, approved, used, monitored, and overseen within an organization. It helps organizations answer questions such as, who is responsible for an AI system? What is the system being used for? What information does it use? Who is affected by its outputs? What risks have been identified? What level of human oversight is appropriate? How should problems be reported? And what happens when the system doesn't behave as expected? Governance turns these questions into an ongoing organizational process. And one of the most important things to understand is that governance doesn't begin after something goes wrong. Ideally, governance begins before an AI system is deployed. Through the Technology Foundations pillar of the T.E.C.H framework, we first need to understand what we're actually governing. Artificial intelligence isn't one single technology. Organizations may use AI for customer service, data analysis, content generation, cybersecurity, recruiting support, fraud detection, operations, research, software development, decision support, and many other purposes. Different uses can introduce different considerations. An AI tool helping someone brainstorm an internal presentation doesn't necessarily create the same level or type of risk as a system influencing a consequential decision about another person. That's why context matters. Instead of asking whether AI is simply safe or unsafe, organizations may need to ask, what is the use case? What information is involved? What decisions could be influenced? Who could be affected? And what could happen if the system produces an incorrect, biased, insecure, inappropriate, or unexpected result? Understanding the technology is only the beginning. The economic thinking pillar introduces another important perspective. Governance is sometimes viewed only as a restriction, something that slows innovation down. But thoughtful governance can also help organizations make better investments. Imagine an organization rapidly purchasing AI tools without understanding who is using them, what data is being entered, whether tools duplicate existing capabilities, or whether the technology is producing meaningful business value. More technology doesn't automatically mean more productivity. Without appropriate oversight, organizations may create unnecessary costs, security concerns, operational confusion, or duplicated investments. Governance can help leaders ask, what problem are we solving? Who owns this initiative? What value do we expect? What risks need to be considered? How will performance be evaluated? And should we continue, modify, expand, or discontinue the use of this system? Responsible innovation isn't necessarily about preventing organizations from experimenting. It's about creating enough structure to experiment thoughtfully. That distinction matters. Career and consulting strategy introduces another opportunity. As organizations adopt artificial intelligence, professionals who can connect technology with governance, risk, operations, cybersecurity, business strategy, and leadership may become increasingly important. AI governance isn't necessarily the responsibility of one department. Depending on the organization and use case, conversations may involve technology teams, cybersecurity professionals, privacy professionals, legal and compliance teams, risk management, human resources, business leaders, data professionals, internal audit, consultants, and the employees who actually use AI systems in their work. This creates a need for professionals who can communicate across disciplines. Someone needs to translate technical information into business language. Someone needs to document decisions. Someone needs to ask questions about risk. Someone needs to help establish processes. Someone needs to monitor outcomes. And someone needs to make sure accountability doesn't disappear simply because an algorithm is involved. This is why AI governance isn't just a technology conversation. It's an organizational capability. Human leadership brings us to perhaps the most important element of today's lesson: trust. Organizations can deploy sophisticated technology, but if employees don't trust how it's being used, if customers don't understand how their information is being handled, if leaders can't explain why important decisions are being made, or if nobody knows who is accountable when something goes wrong, technology can create uncertainty instead of confidence. Trust doesn't come from saying an AI system is responsible. Trust is supported through behavior, clear policies, defined responsibilities, appropriate oversight, transparent communication, documentation, monitoring, training, and a willingness to address problems when they appear. Responsible AI isn't only about what a system can do. It's also about how people choose to design, deploy, supervise, and use it. One principle I want you to remember from this lesson is AI may support a decision, but accountability still belongs to people and organizations. An algorithm doesn't attend leadership meetings. It doesn't explain decisions to employees. It doesn't accept organizational responsibility. People do. That's why human oversight remains such an important part of responsible AI discussions. Another misconception about AI governance is that organizations can create a policy once and consider the work finished. AI governance should be viewed as a life cycle. Before adoption, organizations may evaluate the intended use and potential risks. During implementation, they may establish responsibilities, controls, documentation, and training. After deployment, they may monitor performance, incidents, changes, and emerging concerns. And eventually, organizations may need to modify, replace, restrict, or retire a system. Technology changes. Business conditions change. Risks change. And governance has to evolve with them. This brings us to another important idea. Responsible innovation and innovation are not opposites. Governance doesn't have to mean saying no to everything. Sometimes governance helps organizations determine how to say yes responsibly. Yes with appropriate oversight. Yes with security considerations. Yes with clear accountability. Yes with monitoring. Yes with human review where appropriate. Or sometimes, not yet. We need more information. We need additional testing. We need clear ownership. We need to understand the risk. Knowing when to proceed and when to ask more questions is part of responsible leadership. So when you encounter a new AI tool, platform, or organizational initiative, I encourage you to think beyond what can this technology do? Ask, why are we using it? Who benefits? Who could be affected? What information does it depend on? What could go wrong? Who is responsible? How will we monitor it? And what will we do if circumstances change? Those questions don't require you to be an AI engineer. They require critical thinking. And that is one of the central goals of this coaching series. Not simply learning about technology, learning how to think about technology. If today's lesson has encouraged you to explore AI governance more deeply, Consult Academy provides additional educational pathways focused on responsible AI, technology strategy, consulting, and implementation. Inside the full platform membership, learners can explore AI governance systems and the responsible AI AMP technology strategy implementation. System alongside consulting frameworks, professional development programs, deliverables tools, and executive reporting infrastructure. The technology, AI, leadership, and consulting development program powered by the AIM framework also provides a structured progression from foundations to systems to strategy, including governed deliverables, module certificates, and a capstone portfolio. The Tech Money Diaries coaching series introduces these concepts through free educational discussions. Consult Academy provides additional structured educational pathways for those who want to continue learning. You can explore current access options and program information at consultacademyhub.lovable.app. Transparency notice. Consult Academy is owned and operated by Ashley Hughes Jefferson Consulting, LLC, the creator of the Tech Money Diaries coaching series. Skillshift Starter Access includes free educational resources. The AI Governance Systems, Responsible AI, AMP Technology Strategy Implementation System, AIM Development Program, and other advanced platform features may require paid access depending on the current membership or purchase option. Additional educational programs, consulting tools, governance systems, and premium learning pathways are available through optional paid memberships and one-time purchases. Please review Consult Academy directly for current program availability, included features, pricing, free trial terms, renewal information, and subscription conditions before enrolling or purchasing. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like to leave you with one question. If your organization introduced a new artificial intelligence system tomorrow, what is the first governance question you would ask? Would you ask what problem it's solving? What data it's using, who is responsible for it, how employees should use it, how its outputs will be reviewed, or what happens if something goes wrong? Share your perspective in the comments. In our next lesson, we'll move from governing technology to thinking strategically about it. Lesson 8 will explore what it means to think like a technology strategist. We'll examine how professionals can connect technology, business objectives, people, risk, and long-term organizational priorities rather than evaluating technology in isolation. Because technology strategy isn't about chasing every new tool. It's about making better decisions about which technologies actually support the mission. Thank you for joining me for Lesson 7 of the Tech Money Diaries coaching series. If you found today's discussion valuable, subscribe to Tech Money Diaries and continue with Lesson 8. And if you'd like to continue learning about AI governance, responsible AI, technology strategy, leadership, and consulting, explore the educational pathways available inside Consult Academy at consultacademyhub.lovable.app. I'm Ashley Hughes Jefferson. This is Tech Money Diaries. Real tech, real money, real life.